Kia ora, ko Sharon Holt tōku ingoa. I'm the author of Te Reo Singalong books, and this is one of our books which is a bit of a favourite of mine because I really wrote it to try and get us to use more Māori language outdoors instead of just indoors. Several of our books are set outside, but this one, which is specifically written to get us to use more Māori language in the playground. So Whai Mai is the title, and that's about following or copying. When I was talking to Deb, the illustrator of this book, about the book, I said I really want the directional words, so you can see them here, pikiake for climbing up and heke iho for going down. And then on this swings page, kimua and kimuri. So I really wanted those to be actually right next to where that was happening so that the children could see and the teachers and parents could see that those were the words, because of course the English is there at the beginning so they can see that as well, but to see that those were the words that were things that we could use. So when you're in the playground with children, especially if you've already used this book, it's really a good idea to be encouraging them, and you role model, to say pikiake as they're climbing up and heke iho as they're going down. Children would love doing that. They'd love putting their arms out and saying heke iho, and it just adds to the fun of it, and using more Māori language outside is a fabulous idea. And on the swing, if you are pushing children on the swing, that's the perfect place to start practicing your reo. Kimua for going forward, kimuri for going back. So you could just be kimua, kimuri, kimua, kimuri. And there's other directional words in here as well. One of them is for crossing the bridge, whitiatu and hoki mai, coming back. One of the funny things that happened with this book, which I was really pleased with, it was actually very soon after it came out, a parent purchased this book, and she phoned me actually to say that it was raining where she was, but she wanted to tell me this very cool story that the book had just arrived in the mail, and she'd done it with the children inside with the CD and everything, but it was raining outside. But they could tell straight away that this was a book to do outside in the playground. So they said, oh, we want to do it outside. So they could see from these pictures, the illustrations, and they could see from where the words are written on the page. It made them want to do that on their slide, or go to the park and do that. And she said, oh, it was raining, but that didn't stop them. They still wanted to do it. So I really encourage you to, when you're using that book, Whai Mai, to not just do it inside. Another interesting thing about using te reo outside is I was at a centre once, we were doing a show there, and they mentioned to me that they had done an audit of their use of te reo Māori, which I thought was a great idea, and it was about what they said and where they were when they said it, and it was also about the timing of the day, to see were we using most of our reo in the morning or the afternoon, were we using it mainly inside or outside, and what were we actually saying. And they said that it was a surprise to them that not much of the reo was used outside. So I think that's very telling, and I already kind of instinctively knew that, and that's why I did that book Whai Mai and other books that I've done which are focused on using more Māori language outside. So I encourage you to use more Māori language outside, extend your vocabulary, extend your use of phrases, and the books, if you're already using Te Reo Singalong books, then make sure that the ones that are featuring outside stuff are the ones that you are keeping in mind. Oh, well, we could do that outside. We could go outside and we could kind of act out this book on the playground. Hopefully that will help you to use more te reo with children, and that's my goal. Ka kite.